Hello, everybody. I am Drew Duncan, live on 99.5 ESPN Emporia. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at 99.5 ESPN. You can always call in at 620-343-6143. That is 620-343-6143. And don't forget, you can listen live all day, every day at 99.5 ESPN.com. And of course, you can always download the app, 99.5 ESPN, available on all devices across the board. Guys, I am super excited to have our guest live on the program right now. As I made mention of earlier, the first time I interviewed her was roughly 3 years ago. And she was getting ready to get her WBFF Pro card. She got it shortly thereafter. She is a fitness model. She does an assortment of things, and now she is getting ready to, or has been, helping out with the Wounded Warrior Project. Her name is Andrea Gerringer, and she is live right here with me on 99.5 ESPN Emporia. Andrea, I want to tell you it is really great to be able to catch up to you once again.
It is. It's great to get in touch with you, too. And that's the Wounded Warriors Foundation, not the project. It's a different organization. I had to double-check that one myself as well. So it's a little bit different. They help vets get into homes and with the rehabilitation, very similar to what the Wounded Warriors Project does, but it just really helps support our military and the vets and those who have really had a lot of problems from going over there to protect our freedom. So.
And before we get into that, and which obviously, by the way, that's the main topic of discussion for us. Obviously, I've got a lot of family that's in the military. My uncle retired as an E9 in the Navy. We're going to get into that, obviously, because we feel it's very important. But in catching up with you, Andrea, it's been 3 years since I've seen you last. I see you all over social media. You're constantly on the go. You've been out in L.A. I mean, you've done your modeling thing, and it feels like it's starting to take off even more. In the last 3 years since I've talked to you, what's been the thing that you've accomplished the most in your personal life that you say, this is a goal I set and I met?
You know, I'm one of those people who's constantly setting goals. So to pick just one is something that I don't know if I could do. But I really had to take a minute. It's true. I mean, I really had to take a minute. And, being a fitness model and being in the fitness industry, it's not one of the easiest industries to be in. Even just to break through or when you're in it to stay relevant. So, I took some time to really self-reflect and analyze and make sure that this is really what I wanted to do. And every time I go do a photo shoot, I'm reignited and I'm reminded why I love the modeling aspect of being a fitness model and being, in the fitness industry. It's just something I'm passionate about. I always, my whole life as a little girl, I told you this before, I always wanted to be a model, but I was 5'4", and I was never really skinny. So, being able to get out there and do something different and do something that I was told when I was 10 or 11, you're never going to be tall enough. You're never going to be thin enough to do that. But to be able to do it and do it in a healthy way that's true to myself and something I enjoy doing, which is motivating and inspiring others to, change their life by just making better decisions and taking better care of themselves, because your diet can truly impact the longevity of your life. So it's not just about looking good. It's about being healthy and having, just a healthy lifestyle all around and taking the times and steps to get there. One thing that's changed is I started using an app for my fitness training and consulting. That was something I really wanted to be able to have an easy way to manage and maintain what I have going on, because I do have 2 kids and it gets really busy. So I do have an app that I'm able to track and manage my clients on. But aside from that, I'm in the Miss Kansas or the Miss Health and Fitness cover model contest, as well as it's also a dual purpose as a fundraiser for the Wounded Warriors Foundation. But
Andrea, a lot of the, first of all, you gave me a lot to go with there, but this is the direction that I'm going to take, is the Sports Illustrated body issue just came out, and it's something that they release every single year. And I'm sure it's all these athletes that are in the business, obviously, and a lot of them are very good looking, and it's a fairly revealing photo shoot that they do. You being in the business yourself and understanding the kind of pressure and knowing what it's like to really truly reveal your body for the first time like that, what goes through somebody's mind, if you will, or at least what went through your mind that first time you were doing that, maybe how nervous you were, yet excited? What were some of the different emotions that you felt?
Oh my gosh. I was the most nervous. Like, I was shaking and sweating. Like, the first time I was thinking, I was like, well, because, you know, we all are insecure about certain things and certain aspects of our life. And when you know you're getting ready to show off a part of your body or something that you're not used to, or especially when I mean, it's what, 4.5 years I've been in the industry. So, you know, it's definitely one of those things that you just have to be confident in yourself, and it really starts to show working. And when you're working with certain photographers, it does make it a lot easier when they know what they're doing and they can help, especially when you're new. It's very important to choose the photographer who has experience and can help guide and direct you. Because I learned a lot. I mean, I learned a lot about modeling from my photographers. They're the ones behind the lens. They're the ones that get to see what it really looks like from where they're at and not just what it looks like in the mirror, because different angles can show a different perspective. So it's just really listening. And, you know, I just did it. I was like, whatever, you look good. This is the best I've looked. It was the best I've looked in years, you know, without going into too much from our last interview about kind of what got me into fitness. It's just, I don't know. I just let it go. I mean, for about 15 minutes, I just became really confident and comfortable. And just slowly, as I became more confident with each picture that we took and as we were getting, I just would be like, okay. I'm comfortable showing a little bit more here and there. But I keep it fairly classy. I have a few risque shoots I've done. But for the most part, I try to have it be stuff that I wouldn't be mad if my kids' friends saw. You know, I have 2 boys, so I don't really want my son's friends calling me, coming over and being like, yo, Nathan, what's your mom doing? You know, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to play that game.
I had that experience growing up, like, hey, man, your sister's here to get you. I'm like, nah, that's my mom. Dude, that's your mom. I'm like, bro, back off, man.
Right.
So I get it. Trust me. Andrea, you know, it is that time of year. I mean, it's summertime. People are, especially this time of year, thinking about being fit, thinking about being healthy. I myself have lost 35 pounds, but the one thing that is sticking around is some of this belly weight. It doesn't want to leave. There's a lot of people out there that I'm sure that are like me. You being in the industry and being a coach, what are some of the tips that you would give to people out there to, number one, just the encouragement to keep going and stick with it, and then, of course, number 2, dietary aids that you would give to people out there listening?
You know, honestly, your diet is the most important fact of accomplishing your goals as far as your appearance and getting and accomplishing the body that you want. And every body is different. So, I mean, what I could tell you would work might not be the same thing as somebody else, but it's truly finding what works for you. You know, certain people have health issues. People have, you know, things that have happened or hormonal imbalances that may be the reason why that person's not losing weight, at which point you have to take a different look at your diet and nutrition and kind of fine-tune more in-depth what it's going to take to get that belly weight off. Because some people, it's just not going to happen. And I hate to say that. But for some people, it's just going to take, I mean, it can happen, but it's going to take a lot more work and discipline and dedication than it might take somebody else. And it's all dependent upon your body type and, you know, just making sure you're finding and eating. And if what you're doing isn't working, when you're consistently following it, that's what a coach is there for, to be able to help you, guide you, and say, okay, we're eating this, we're not getting the result, we need to change something, let's try changing this. And sometimes it's just one little tweak that can truly change a person's whole entire diet. Maybe it's adding food or, you know, reducing there's so many variables that I can't really say just one, but making sure you're drinking enough water and you're maintaining just a balanced, healthy diet ultimately is what I aim for.
So what you're telling me is I gotta stay away from Taco Bell. Is that what I just heard,
Yeah,
Andrea?
I mean, that might be part of the problem. I mean, there might be a few possible options on there, but...
Oh, man. I've already cut down on the beer. I haven't had a beer in a couple of weeks. Like, you know, give me a break here. I gotta keep something around.
Hey, I'll give you a little kudos for that.
We're talking to Andrea Gerringer. She is a professional bodybuilder. She is a fitness model. Andrea, obviously, the primary reason why we're here is for the Wounded Warrior. Explain, if you can, to the audience out there your role in it and how they could participate with you, Andrea, in helping out with Wounded Warrior.
Absolutely. Well, what I'm part of the Miss Health and Fitness. It's a magazine cover contest. The winner does get the magazine cover. So it'll be another full spread photo shoot, and the winner also gets $20,000. So it is a voting based contest. So there's a free daily vote that you can do, and you have to vote through Facebook. And you can find links all over my Facebook page, and I'm pretty simple, just Andrea Gerringer. And that's Gerringer. However, there's also another way where if you feel like donating to the Wounded Warriors Foundation, there's also a fundraiser for that as well. So for every dollar that we generate or I generate for the Wounded Warriors Foundation, that counts as an additional vote towards me in the program. So, or in the contest. So it does have a dual purpose. There is definitely, a reward for me, but there's also a reward for other people, for me to be able to just spread the word about this contest and be able to generate additional, awareness and even funds for the Wounded Warrior Foundation. So it's just really exciting to be a part of something that is not just about voting in for the fitness model and getting that part, but it's actually going towards a charitable cause as well. So it's really exciting because it's not something you see a lot of.
Well, and especially in what you do, because obviously, and you and I have talked about this before, there are plenty of misconceptions out there about fitness models and bodybuilders and the need for attention. And then, of course, you see people like yourself who are constantly out there, giving back to the community. What are some of the things that you would say about Wounded Warrior, what it is you love the most, and why you chose to get involved in this specifically on this side of things, obviously, because they could go any direction that they want, but they chose Wounded Warrior.
Right. I have, some very close friends of mine who have been overseas, some who are now. My best friend, her husband has a Purple Heart because his whole unit, died. And he was the only survivor. He was literally almost dead. And just knowing the impact that has had on him as a young father who's, got his whole life ahead of him, and he's basically disabled from the military now at 33 years old, and he has been for 4 years because of what he's experienced over there. As I see firsthand a lot of what comes home. We see what goes on the TV, but it's not always that first few years back. Sometimes it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years that these soldiers continue to face, problems and, disabilities and even mental handicaps just from what they experience, that some of us, we just can't wrap our head around what they go through. And, they fight for my freedom, and it's something that, if I would have taken a different path, I might have joined the military. I considered it as an option. I just couldn't do it with the kids. So it's something I believe. I truly respect our servicemen and women out there and the commitment and the sacrifice that they make and their families make to allow them to be there. So just to be able to support that is pretty awesome.
Andrea, you know how I do things. This is the part of the program where I give you the opportunity to say whatever it is that's on your mind. There's no right or wrong answer here. The floor is 100% yours.
I'm going to obviously say check out my Facebook page, Andrea Gerringer, vote for me. Heck, support the foundation if you like to. But also, when it comes to being fit and healthy, remember every day is a new day to start over. So if you have a failure, something happens, you can just start over tomorrow. And each day, eventually one day, it just becomes part of your lifestyle, and you don't know how to not eat healthy because you just don't like it anymore. So it happens, and just be patient with yourself more than anything.
Her name is Andrea Gerringer. She is a professional bodybuilder. She is a fitness model. She is a mother and obviously a bit of a philanthropist as well. Anytime you get a chance, go look up at our old interview. She has got one hell of a story to tell. Andrea, it was really amazing having you on my show.
Thanks, Andrea. It's mine, though. Don't forget.
It's my show. Oh, it's so my show. Wishful thinking, Andrea. Everybody, I am Drew Duncan live on 99.5 ESPN Radio here in Emporia. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at 99.5 ESPN. The call in is 620-343-6143. 99.5ESPN.com is the website, and 99.5 ESPN. Well, that's the app. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We have plenty more to get to. Well, a little bit to get to. We will be back right after this. Don't you dare touch that dial.